Top 40 Unbelievable Fact 1. Deaf people are known to use sign language in their sleep. A case study of a 71-year-old man with rapid eye movement disorder and a severe hearing impairment showed him using fluent sign language in his sleep, with researchers able to get an idea of what he was dreaming about thanks to those signs. 2. Finland is the happiest country on earth. According to the World Happiness Report, it has been for 6 years in a row. It's not really surprising, given that Finland is the home of Santa Claus, reindeer and one sauna for every 1.59 people. 3. Hippos can't swim. Hippos really do have big bones, so big and dense, in fact, that they're barely buoyant at all. They don't swim and instead perform a slow motion gallop on the riverbed or on the seafloor. In fact, hippos can even sleep underwater, thanks to a built-in reflex that allows them to bob up, take a breath, and sink back down without waking. 4. The moon looks upside down in the southern hemisphere, compared to the northern hemisphere. Anyway, this means that the man in the moon is upside down in the southern hemisphere and looks more like a rabbit. 4. So you can yo-yo in space. In 2012, NASA astronaut Don Pettit took a yo-yo on board the International Space Station and demonstrated several tricks. It works because a yo-yo mainly relies on the laws of conservation of angular momentum to perform tricks, which, provided you keep the string taut, apply in microgravity too. 5. Not only plants photosynthesize, algae, which are not plants, and some other organisms, including sea slugs and pea aphids, contain chlorophyll and can also take sunlight and turn it into an energy source. 5. You can be heavily pregnant and not realize. Cryptic pregnancies aren't that uncommon, with 1 in 500 not recognized until at least halfway through and 1 in 2,500 not known until labor starts. 6. Bacteria on your skin cause your itches. Specifically, bacteria known as Staphylococcus aureus can release a chemical that activates a protein in our nerves. This sends a signal from our skin to our brains, which our brain perceives as an itch. 7. Starfish don't have bodies. Along with other echinoderms, think sea urchins and sand dollars, their entire bodies are technically classed as heads. 8. Somebody has been constipated for 45 days. In 2013, an unfortunate Indian woman had to undergo surgical removal of a fecal mass as large as a football. 9. You travel 2.5 million kilometers a day around the sun. Without realizing, the Earth's orbit travels around 2.5 million kilometers with respect to the sun's center, and around 19 million kilometers with respect to the center of the Milky Way. 10. Fish form orderly queues in emergencies. When evacuating through narrow spaces in sketchy situations, schools of neon tetra fish queue so that they don't collide or clog up the line. Scientists interpreted this behavior as showing that fish can respect social rules even in emergency situations, unlike us humans. 11. There are more bacterial cells in your body than human cells. The average human is around 56% bacteria. This was discovered in a 2016 study, and is far less than the earlier estimates of 90%. As bacteria are so light, however, by weight, each person is over 99.7% human. 12. Most ginger cats are male. There are roughly 3 ginger male cats to 1 ginger female. This is because the ginger gene is found on the X chromosome, meaning female cats would require 2 copies of the gene to become ginger whilst males only need 1. 13. Your nails grow faster in hot summer. This is probably due to increased blood supply to the fingertips. It could also be because you're less stressed while on holiday, so less likely to gnaw away at M. 14. Insects can fly up to 3.25 kilometers above sea level, at least. Alpine bumblebees have been found living as high up as 3.25 kilometers above sea level and could even fly in lab conditions that replicate the air density and oxygen levels at 9 kilometers, that's just higher than Mount Everest. 15. There's a planet mostly made from diamond, called 16 Cancri. It's around twice the size of Earth and some 40 light years away from us within the Cancer Constellation. 17. Animals can be allergic to humans. Animals can be allergic to our dead skin cells, dander. These allergic reactions can be just like ours, too, including breathing difficulties and skin irritation. 18. Being bored is actually a high arousal state. Physiologically, this is because when you're bored, your heart rate increases. 19. Platypuses sweat milk. This is because it doesn't have teats. Milk appears as sweat on a platypus, but it's an aquatic mammal, so it doesn't actually sweat at all. 20. Lego bricks withstand compression better than concrete. An ordinary plastic Lego brick is able to support the weight of 375,000 other bricks before it fails. This, theoretically, would let you build a tower nearing 3.5 kilometers in height. Scaling this up to house size bricks, however, would cost far too much. 21. Martial artists who smile before the start of a match are more likely to lose. This could be as a smile can convey fear or submissiveness. 22. It's almost impossible to get too much sugar from fresh fruit. While the sugar in fruit is mostly fructose and glucose, fructose is what's converted into fat in your body. You can't get too much sugar from fresh fruit. Fresh fruit contains a lot of fiber and water, which slows down your digestion and makes you feel full. 23. So you don't like the sound of your own voice because of the bones in your head. This may be because the bones in our head make our voice sound deeper. 24. A rainbow on Venus is called a glory, appearing as a series of colored concentric rings. These are caused by the interference of light waves within droplets, rather than the reflection, refraction, and dispersion of light that makes a rainbow. 25. Protons look like peanuts, rugby balls, bagels, and spheres. Protons come in all different shapes and sizes, with their appearance changing based on the speed of smaller particles within them, quarks. 26. Mirrors facing each other don't produce infinite reflect ions. Each reflection will be darker than the last and eventually fade into invisibility. Mirrors absorb a fraction of the energy of the light striking them. The total number of reflect ions mirrors can produce, a few hundred. 27. There might be a cure for evil. Well, a cure for psychopathy, anyway. Psychologists argue that aspects of psychopathy can be cured by cognitive behavioral therapy, which is said to reduce violent offenses by those with the condition. Preliminary research suggests that computer-based cognitive training could help a psychopath experience empathy and regret, too. 28. All mammals get goosebumps when your hair stands on end. Tiny muscles contract at each hair's base, which distorts the skin to create goosebumps. This process is called piloerection and is present in all mammals. Hair or fur is used to trap an insulating air layer. 29. Football players spit so much because exercise increases the amount of protein in saliva. When you exercise, the amount of protein secreted into the saliva increases. A protein mucus named MUC5B makes your saliva thicker when you're exercising, which makes it more difficult to swallow, so we tend to spit more. It may occur during exercise because we breathe through our mouths more. MUC5B could activate to stop our mouths from drying out. Therefore, 30. Some animals display autistic-like traits. Autistic traits in animals include a tendency toward repetitive behavior and atypical social habits. 31. It takes the human body about 12 hours to digest food after it's been eaten. 32. Your mouth produces about 1 liter of saliva a day. 33. Human bodies give off a tiny amount of light that is too weak for our eyes to see. 34. Your left lung is about 10% smaller than your right lung. 35. The human body has up to 206 bones. 36. Tigers are the largest wild cats in the world and can weigh up to 800 pounds. 37. Panda bears eat for up to 12 hours a day, and around 90% of their diet is bamboo. 38. Honeybees can fly at speeds of up to 15 miles per hour. 39. Great white sharks are the largest predatory fish, and can grow up to 19 feet long, about half as long as a bus. 40. Rats laugh when being tickled. Please like, subscribe and share this video to see more. Thanks for your support, for it matters a lot to be. Bye.